So I've worked at Care for the Carers for 13 years. I'm a working carer. I currently spin 3 caring plates. My journey as a carer started 37 years ago when my son was born with spina bifida. And since then, my life has and still does include various caring roles for members of my family, not all of whom are still with me. I found out about the grant through an internal email that Amy had sent to the team, and I immediately contacted the direct services manager to ask if I could apply for a grant. Working at Care for the Carers doesn't automatically entitle us to access everything on offer to other carers. The manager is aware of my situation and he agreed. He said I could and I should apply. He told me to contact one of the support workers and go through the same channel as any other carer would. So I spoke to my colleague Timmy and we booked in some time to go through the application. We both found the process really easy. Timmy said whilst he knew I was in a caring role, the conversation we'd had really opened his eyes up to what I was coping with. He said he couldn't guarantee it would be approved, but he hoped he'd done enough to ensure it would. He had, and it was approved. My application was perhaps a little bit unique in that it depended on another carer also being successful in getting the grant. 10 years ago, I lost my husband to cancer. To support my well-being, I took up dancing. Initially salsa, where I found a friend, Steve, and then he offered to partner me so I could learn ballroom dancing. I now refer to Steve as my dance husband. Back in 2020, I lost my dad. He was 90, severely visually impaired, deaf, riddled with arthritis, doubly incontinent. He lived at home with my mum, who has joint dementia, vascular and Alzheimer's. They had carers coming in, but I was their main carer. Steve lost his dad a couple of months after I lost mine. His mum also has joint dementia. And after his dad died, he moved into care for his mum. My situation is a longer story, a bit more complicated. Dancing was our therapy. And the pandemic and our situation meant we were no longer able to go to the classes. The grant allowed for us to pay for some private lessons. And from that grant, Steve got a grant to fund a sitter for his mum so that he could go along. Oh my God, we had the best time. I cannot tell you what it was like being back in hold, listening to the music and dancing. We also, as we always did, had fun. We felt so much benefited and energized from the lessons, physically and mentally. And I think as a result, we were nicer people. I cannot recall how many lessons. I think we had 10. It's sadly now a memory, but a treasured one. We waltzed, tangoed, jived, cha-cha-cha'd, quick-stepped and rumbered, all thanks to the grant we received. We sent Timmy a video of us doing the tango as a thank you because it meant so much to us. And within my role at Care for the Carers, I'm always talking about the importance of carers taking me time, the importance of practicing self-care. But I know all too well how challenging it can be to do that. And this grant made it possible for me. And as you can see, writing this and reflecting back, I got quite emotional. So I'd just like to say a big thank you for making it possible.